Okay, so today we're doing a radiator and thermostat replacement along with the water pump on this X3. It's a 6-cylinder one. It's already been diagnosed previously. We had to wait a little while for the parts to come for this one, and today we're just going to be replacing the parts on it. So once you've got most of the auxiliary bits out, shouldn't take too long. Got one bolt there for the radiator, then there for the radiator tank bottle. At this point I'm not too sure if I have to go underneath and do anything, but let's hope that I can just take it off from the top, which will be quicker and easier for me. Yeah, unfortunately, to get this radiator off, you're going to need to go from underneath. Because what I didn't notice was, you can see the cooler for the power steering. So the power steering like cools off from here as well. Happens, but not too much drama. You can see why we're replacing this radiator. It's got like a leak from the top here, and the customer has to constantly top up. Okay, so radiator has been removed. It's not too bad. Once you disconnect that bottle using these quick tabs, there's two of them, just need to pull it up like so. Okay, see that? Pull it up like that. So there's one there at the bottom to get rid of that oil cooler for the steering pump, and then over here there's another one to push across. And then once you're done and you remove your radiator, there's a Torx holding it in, and then you just pry it off. Put new seals here, otherwise it will leak. But yeah, it's not too bad. We're also going to be replacing this here, which is the coolant flange with the temperature sensor and the thermostat. And also we're going to be taking this water pump out. So 17mm here, pin the tensioner, and then 8mm, remove it before you pin the tensioner back. That way you can remove this pulley easily. And then from there, it's a couple of 8mm, and it comes out. If you saw how brittle that was to the touch, you know, that's a good indicator that it was due changing. And you can see this residue coming out of the temperature sensor. That's why we're replacing this at the same time, because it's not good for the customer to keep, you know, coming back on problems on the cooling system one after another. if we can address it all at the same time, it's beneficial for the customer to have it all done at the same time. It's beneficial for me as well to do it all at once. If you're wondering why I'm not hammering the hell out of it, this pump is known to have a very tight tolerance. If you hammer it and warp this circle, it's going to cause you a lot of aggro. Okay, all the surfaces are very clean. New seal, new pump. Keep forgetting to click record on this build a couple of times. So what I've done, I thought I was recording, I've got this back on. You need to take the transfer plate back off the old one, put it at the bottom of the radiator. I've already nailed the radiator back on to the aircon condenser, and also I've put this pipe back on. It's a clip on, and this is the oil cooler. Now when you're taking it off, this is the tab you pull up, release, and then it, you know, it takes itself out. Put it back on. Once the radiator is secured, just push it back on. Make sure the O-rings are seated back properly. And now just need to put the bottle back on, and then the pipe here and the pipe going on to the thermostat needs to go back on from here to here. Be mindful of this tab here. It's got like a locator pin, and also when taking off, again, this is the second tab you pull out like so, and gently, you know, wobble and lift up, comes off. Make sure the level sensor is plugged in, otherwise you're going to have a nightmare putting it back on. Now what I'm going to do, in all honesty, usually I'd get this part from BMW, but unfortunately, due to the value of the vehicle and, you know, customers' limited budget, on this occasion we had to get a Chinese one. What we're also going to do is put a brand new sensor there. It's as simple as that, and then just click it on.